to Bill Aaron, who's written a really cool book. It's actually more of a picture book. It's got some good copy in it, though, too. It's called New Beginnings, and it's about 120 cancer survivors, and it tells their story in pictures as well as in copy. Bill is a cancer survivor himself, and very excited to talk to him about cancer, the emperor of all maladies, the sword of Damocles that hangs over all our heads. And unfortunately, more fortunately, cancer is something that doesn't have to happen. Cancer is the quintessential example of a blood and cell disease. All diseases really involve blood and cells. Blood and cells. This is so cool because while the doctor can't help us clean our blood, we don't need a doctor. We can do it ourselves. All disease is cell disease. We've said that so many times in this program. And all cell disease is initiated by dirty blood. This is why the digestive system is so important. This is why we hit digestive health so hard on this program. This is why every time somebody calls me or calls on this radio program or calls me on the phone in person or emails me or contacts me somehow, and we talk about health and health challenges and health issues, the first thing I always say is got to get to the source of the digestive distress. And we've talked how the digestive health problems begin very early, sometimes in the womb, oftentimes at birth or shortly thereafter. And when I say digestive problems begin, what I'm really talking about is the blood starts to become dirty very, very early. Now, this is horrible because it means that for many of us, if we're in our 40s or 50s and all of a sudden degenerative disease shows up, autoimmune problems or cancer, God forbid, it means that for 4 decades or 5 decades, our blood has been consistently enmeshed or saturated in waste. What do you think is going to happen over time? Of course, over time, the body's going to start to break down. The cells are going to start to become sick. And then we go to the doctor. What's the doctor going to do? He's going to lower your cholesterol scores. Great. We have no more heart disease because everybody's got low cholesterol. Or he's going to give you a poison medicine to force your body to process sugar differently. This is idiotic, beyond belief idiotic. Now, I know it's a vestige of a time when we didn't really understand the body, but that's not an excuse. We understand the body plenty now. All disease is cell disease, and all cell disease is dirty blood, is initiated by dirty blood. The good news, we have control over our blood. The good news, we have control over what gets into our blood and ultimately how a cell responds by what we eat and by the health of our digestive system. Also, controlling blood sugar is important because sugar is one of the quintessential blood toxins. Yeah, you need a little bit of sugar, a small amount of sugar, and the body can handle a small amount of sugar. If you're healthy at any given moment, you got maybe a teaspoon of sugar in your blood. A teaspoon. Drink a Coke, you got 12 teaspoons in there. And it goes pretty much right into the blood. If you have a bowl of cereal and you put some sugar on top of it, and then you have a glass of orange juice and a muffin, can you imagine how much sugar that represents? Can you imagine how much sugar that represents for a little kid whose digestive system is still developing? The medical model, the drug model, the surgical model, the radiation model, I think I covered all the doctor's tools, drugs and surgery and radiation. They work at the tissue level, at the structure level, at the stagnant level, at the dead level, really. The end. And at this level, there's nothing you can do. You can just hide symptoms. So you can just mask symptoms. You can maybe modify test scores, and you can radiate organs and remove the organs. You can ablate. I love that word. You can ablate, which means to poison or to destroy. You can ablate the heart, or you can ablate the thyroid. But as long as the blood is dirty, the cells will be sick, dis-ease will be inevitable. And the medical ignorance, this general medical ignorance, is specifically demonstrated in terms of how we handle the skin. Dermatology is the quintessential example of medical ignorance. It's the quintessential example of treating the tissue, of treating the end result, and of ignoring the cells. And it's why, for the most part, skin diseases are treated the same way today that they were treated 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 50 years ago, 100 years ago, even millennia. There's a queen, there was a Egyptian queen, Hashupitat, I forgot how she says her name, from thousands of years ago. They found a little vial of eczema cream in her tomb. I was just reading this yesterday, trying to find the article here during our next break. And guess what was in the eczema cream tube or jar, vial? Coal tar, pretty much the same remedy that doctors use today. Some of them have gotten away from it, but as recently as 20 years ago, I was making coal tar cream in my compounding pharmacy for eczema and psoriasis. Why? Coal tar kills things. And if you kill things, you presumably are going to kill cells and kill immune cells, and you won't have your inflammation. That's the logic of using coal tar and coal tar preparations. Hashupitat, Queen Hashupitat, she used coal tar 3,000 years ago. We're still doing it today. Oh, we call them steroids. We call them a little bit, maybe it's a little bit more high-tech. Same concept. A classic example of a poison is isotretinoin. That was available for many years under the brand name Accutane. Can't get Accutane anymore. Roche stopped making it. They said because now you can get generics, but I don't believe that. Probably they got so many lawsuits they couldn't handle it anymore. You can still get other branded versions of Accutane, and you can get generic Accutane. It's a drug version of vitamin A, ISO, meaning similar to iso vitamin A, and we've talked about how it poisons the vitamin A system of the body. No vitamin A. If the vitamin A processing system is poisoned, you're not going to have any oil secretions. You're not going to have any cell growth, and you're not going to have any acne. That's not a cure. That's poisoning. It's poisoning the body. I don't consider that a cure. Your doctor considers it a cure. Acne blemishes require skin cell growth and oil sebum secretion. Poison the system, you won't have acne. It's not a cure. You've poisoned yourself. Most tragic aspect of Accutane, aside from the fact that it's really toxic stuff, is the fact that it's being used for a health challenge that's easy to treat. In fact, the easiest form of acne to treat is the kind of acne that you get Accutane for. It's called cystic acne, and it's really horrific. Google cystic acne images. It is just a horrible health issue. Most people don't have it really, really, really bad, but it can get really, really, really bad. And the tragic thing is about cystic acne, it shows up on the back and on the chest, all the way down the legs, into the groin, into the butt. The tragic thing about using Accutane for this cystic acne is that cystic acne is easy to treat. This is one of the most inspiring and reassuring points about the body in general and about the skin in specific. And it's why I call it the bright side philosophy, the good news. The sicker we are, the faster we turn things around. The more weight we need to lose, the faster the pounds come off. In the case of the skin, the worse our acne is, the easier it is to improve. And this is especially the case of acne that covers large areas of the body, the back and the chest, all the way down into the leg area. Now, we've been talking about internal strategies using vitamin A. We're going to talk later on about using zinc. But there's a lot of things you can do topically. A lot. And that's one of the neat things about the skin is we can address skin health issues, if we do it correctly anyway, we can address it from two directions using topical nutrition like we use internal nutrition. All right, let's say a few more things and we'll get to your calls when we come back from our break.
Now you may have heard a bit about Bitcoins, but did you know Bitcoins are now over an $8.5 billion market? And did you know that over 65,000 businesses now accept Bitcoins? Listen, if you're already earning Bitcoins or trying to make money in the Bitcoin market, you've got to know bidbit.co. Why? Because bidbit.co is where you can easily receive Bitcoins by selling and auctioning off your own personal items or promote business products and services for Bitcoins. You heard right. Whether personal or business, you can now buy, sell, and auction your products and services quickly, easily, and securely for Bitcoin at bidbit.co, the first and only marketplace website to offer Bidbit Escrow, a proprietary technology which gives buyers and sellers security and peace of mind because all transactions are protected. Start today. It's free to join, free to post, free to auction, and free to bid at bidbit.co. Buy, sell, bid, or auction everything Bitcoin. That's www.bidbit.co, bidbit.co.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99 and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows, pause and rewind live TV, even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MyTV. 1-855-905-MyTV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MyTV. 1-855-905-MyTV.
So we decided to upgrade the look of our home.
You know, improve the curb appeal.
We decided to add the look of stone to the exterior.
We really like the stacked stone look.
Yeah, but when I checked into the price, it was ridiculous. No way could we afford it.
Then a friend told me about Genstone. Genstone.
Genstone comes in lightweight panels made of polyurethane. They've actually engineered the hassle out of installation. No mortar, no mesh. It was easy. Even I could do it.
We just screwed the panels to the wall and it looks like stone. I mean, it really looks like stone.
Yeah, from the box to the wall in minutes.
We love the look of our home now.
And Genstone is durable, comes with a 25-year warranty, and offers additional R-value for insulation.
If you want the look of stone at a price you can afford, call Genstone
at 855-955-STONE.
Trust me, you'll save money.
And you'll love the look.
855-955-STONE. That's 855-955-7866. This alert just came in. This special announcement is for business owners and leaders of organizations who've been waiting for the right time to build. General Steel has made it impossible to wait any longer with rock-bottom prices that could save you thousands. That's right, General Steel, America's leader in pre-engineered structures, is offering buildings at prices you will never see again. Don't miss these prices. A 50 by 100 for $35,000. You heard right. That's 5,000 square feet for $35,000. Manufacturers, if you need a larger building, try a 100 by 100 commercial building for $129,000. You can't afford to rent with these prices. Imagine a 70 by 100-foot church building for under $69,000. With the economy improving and interest rates still at historic lows, you can't afford to wait. So call 866-91-STEEL. Lock in your price now. Call 866-91-STEEL. That's 866-917-8335.
Heart and Body Extract continues to receive positive testimonials from people who have experienced amazing results, like Reed.
I just wanted to send you a quick but a very big thank you for Heart and Body Extract. I've been on the formula for nearly a month now, and the improvement in the circulation of my legs has been simply amazing.
Reed was facing a tough choice.
I was facing surgery due to the severity of the 100% blocked arteries in both my legs. And my decision, waiting for surgery, to say no and try Heart and Body Extract instead, has been thankfully the right decision.
And the result?
I can now walk up steps without noticeable pain.
Order Heart and Body Extract at 866-295-5305, 866-295-5305, or hbextract.com. Heart and Body Extract for a long and healthy life.
Independently leading the way for the nation. Compelling talk for every political persuasion. We are GCN.
Okay, welcome back to The Bright Side. I am Pharmacist Ben. We're going to be talking about internal strategies for dealing with acne, but there's a lot of things you could do topically. Vitamin A is probably the most important. Well, vitamin A is the most important internal nutrient as well as topical nutrient. This should not be a surprise. Vitamin A is the ultimate skin vitamin. If you're interested in anti-aging, so many people are interested in anti-aging products, and I see commercials now. Christy Brinkley has got in on the act, and her friend Cindy Crawford's making billions of dollars, so she wanted to get in on the act. I actually had a movie star a couple of months ago. Somehow she got a hold of my Truth products, and she wanted to be the new Cindy Crawford. She wanted me to be on her infomercial and blah, 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 blah. Everybody wants to compete with Cindy Crawford, all the movie stars. They all want noticing Cindy and Dr. Savak with his melon extract. You don't need a melon extract. You don't need any extracts. You need nutrition, topical as well as internal. From a topical perspective, there's a heck of a lot you could do for acne, and vitamin A is the key player when it comes to topically treating blemishes. That's why they use Accutane. It's vitamin A, or drug vitamin A. But you don't need drug vitamin A. Plain old vitamin A is good enough internally as well as topically. There's 3 forms of vitamin A, as we've said before. Retinoic acid is the go-to. It's the main force, Retin A, they call it, in its brand. Unfortunately, Retin A is an absolutely horrific formulation. It's got sodium lauryl sulfate and propylene glycol and surfactants and emulsifiers and